Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this episode of the VW Bus restoration series, we are reaching a very eventful point in which I've got the engine off of the engine stand way back there. I'm soon to attach the transmission and final drive. I've got the torque converter on, and we are going to attempt, with the assistance of about 3 to 4 men, to bring the complete assembly underneath this bus, wire everything up, connect all gas lines, vacuum lines, and turn the key. Try to start this engine and see what happens. The goal is not to fully install the engine and transmission and mount it into the bus because we're still doing some work in the engine bay here, some body work, and I do want to put a little bit of paint in here just because crappy paint is better than no paint as far as rust prevention goes. So still working on that, but if we can, I'd really like to be able to have the engine and transmission underneath, everything connected, turn the key. Hopefully gives us no problems. In the event that it does, we'll be a little better suited because it's not fully installed in the bus and I can take it back out to troubleshoot if necessary. But again, fingers crossed that doesn't happen. So for the next 2 days, I'll be working to connect these two, fill that with oil, fill this with gear oil, that with automatic transmission fluid. How we get this thing over there is still up in the air. We may go out and buy a transmission jack if we need to, but as you may have saw in my very first video, it's extremely difficult navigating, even with dollies, on the gravel here. It's on a slope, and this combined probably weighs close to 400 pounds, if I had to guess, so ain't easy. But I am very excited. Nonetheless, this has been over 6 months in the making. Trial, tribulation, learning, and really happy with the product so far. Just hoping that it works. So stay tuned. I'm gonna do my best to film everything along the way, and we'll see how it goes. Man, I got up at 4:50 a.m. this morning because I realized that I was missing some torque specifications for the torque converter here once I got the engine off the stand, which was a bit of a project. We needed 3 people, 2 to hold the engine, 1 to unbolt it from the back. So that's over and done with, and it's on a dolly. So we will see. Stay tuned. Helping crews here. All right, so we have added fluids to the engine, differential, transmission, and what we'd like to do now is remove the spark plugs all the way and turn the engine over by hand and by starter just a little bit to make sure we don't hear any concerning sounds.
Hey. So what happens here, it's all cracked. Probably not connecting. How to do it smart. A bit of welding. Was it engaging or not?
Yeah, it was.
That's how it looks. Ah, God, hot. Don't want to overdo with this starter. No, it's well okay.
Okay, we are trying again with spark plugs in.
Going. hard, but it's with long extensions, so I don't know. Well, it's good.
I've had
good compression, right?
Yeah, definitely compression.
All right.
Okay guys, it has been at least a week since I last filmed. I had to do some finishing touches with the engine as you see it on the ground. I ended up having to replace the solenoid for the starter there. And last week did not pan out as efficiently as I was hoping. I ran into some issues with the connection between the final drive and the engine. Specifically, the torque converter bolts were a little bit of a pain. Took a lot longer than expected, and unfortunately wasted the extra set of hands that I had there last week. So this time it's just me, and I will be slowly inchworming this thing over to its final destination underneath the bus, and hopefully connecting everything within the next day or so and giving it a go. I also spent yesterday painting the interior all black with Pour 15, and this stuff is an atrocious mess. It looks decent. The gloss black gets rid of a lot of light that comes in, so I wish I knew of that beforehand, but in all honesty, it's a clean look, no rust, and the white backplate there will look good once it's in. So would I have chosen a different color if I knew that ahead of time? Probably, but still gonna look good. So not really sure how today's gonna play out, but I just want to film me getting this engine into its lifting spot and hopefully lifted and mounted into place. So here we go. Well, don't ask me how. A lot of luck and hard work, but wow. That was 7 hours of some serious manual labor. I've been sweating that entire time. Smell like shit, dirty as hell. I've been rolling around and all this. Keeping an eye on you. Used 3 jacks, just like tripoding the whole assembly. The ground is sloped too, so sometimes I would have to cheat the jacks and shift by hand, and I reached a point where I needed to use a ratchet strap to pull in the engine from this view, push in the rest of the way, and that was probably the most physically challenging mechanical piece of work I've ever done. But it is in, and it is mounted in the front by the mustache bar, in the middle via that cross member with the rubber mounts for the final drive, and it's mounted in all the way in the front for the transmission. So everything is all bolted in. Making all my connections now. I'm probably not going to film too much of that, but holy shit, that was borderline foolish. I know I said when I was taking this thing out I would never recommend, nor would I do the work of removing an engine on a sloped gravel driveway again, but I don't know what took over me this afternoon. I started pulling the engine out here and felt that I could move it, and I couldn't leave it here, so I just kept going and started at 12:30 and it's now 7:30. So man, what a workout. Stay tuned, I'll see how far I get tonight. If not, I'll continue on tomorrow. All right, it has been a couple days since I wrestled the engine into the bay. I'm here with the great helpers who helped me hook up the last bit of electrical, and we should have everything we need to turn this engine over and see if it builds oil pressure, and then from there put some gas in and give it a go. So big moment. To do that, We are going to keep the fuel tank empty. We'll put the key in, turn it so the engine starts turning over, and make sure the oil light turns off. That's how we know we have decent oil pressure, and then we can try to start this thing up for good. All right, let's do it. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous. Now, I should be able to turn the key, and there's a green light, and as I'm cranking, it should come on and then go away. There we go. It's not green, it's red. Didn't go away. We'll try again, hang on. Still on. What's that? I saw a video where a guy did that and within a few seconds it went off, but this thing really hasn't been turned over like that, so it might just take a minute to build pressure. I don't want to overheat the starter either. I had to get a new one of those. That was the solenoid. I had to get a whole new starter as well. That was this week. All right, well, let's try again. The light went away.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do it one more time after the starter cools a little bit. Let's just make sure we got no leaks.
Third time.
Yo, who stole my headlamp? So now, let's try one more time. Went away. So now I need to connect the fuel pump. My prediction, it's gonna run, but it's gonna run a little shitty. I haven't really tested the spark yet.
You gotta play that into this. Run like the wind.
To be free again.
Run like the wind.
All right, we are over 2 gallons in. Who wants to turn the key?
You.
No, I gotta stand back here and listen to the engine and play with the throttle.
Go turn the key, dude.
Matthew, get over there.
Sure will, pal.
And I'll stand up ready on the throttle. The gas pedal's not connected. I'm all jittered up. This is the exact moment when you remember the shit that you loosened. I think we're good.
Like Dumb and Dumber? Definitely Dumber.
20 seconds, then we'll go.
Cool.
Pressure's on, don't mess up.
I will do my best.
Go in. Fall in, but 2.
I knew you would choke.
Wrong key.
Holy crap.
Dude, it has to
Now,
be.
big one.
It has to be the right key.
Oh my gosh.
I hear it circulating through. Okay, hit it. Let's do it.
There she goes.
That was interesting. Did you stop it? Keep going. 10 seconds at a time.
All right, ready?
Engage. Oh, mama. It's close.
It is.
Give it a go.
I know it wants to.
Go ahead.
Fire away.
All right, some interesting smells. I don't know if we're getting spark.
We might get rain in 20 minutes.
All right, could do a quick spark test. We're gonna do a full try again.
We'll try.
Stop. So we have spark.
What the hell?
All right. Well, what am I missing? Spark, oil
Got
pressure.
the oil bevels.
Gas. I smell the gas. There's enough gas though. It's 2 gallons enough?
It was circulating through. I could hear it. Oh, you know what? Some starter fluid.
There we go.
Is that what we were missing?
That's what we were missing, dude.
Go ahead. Okay, stop.
Is this some silly question? Is this a manual?
No. 3-speed automatic.
Wow.
3-speed automatic.
Yep.
Stuff smells crazy. You're gonna be high.
I don't know. I let it sit, give it one more try, but
That was the best it sounded.
shit. Well, it smells like fuel, so I feel like the fuel is getting to the cylinders. That's all we can try at the moment without doing some diagnosis.
Like, comment, and subscribe below. Alright. This is a good run, guys.
Wait, gas is supposed to go in here? So there's almost 5 gallons in there.
I'm gonna do noise.
Go ahead. Stop. Oh, shit. That was backfire from all the starting fluid, probably.
Tell you what, that was absolutely terrifying. Right when you said stop,
Dude, some combustion going
we
on.
just jumped. Your face was next to it.
Happens pretty often.
Looked like a lightning strike.
I got
Did
scared.
you see it in there?
I thought it was like a flashbang.
Really?
I'm
Might be
scared.
getting somewhere with that though. Stop. Yeah, it keeps backfiring. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but the question is why.
Question of the day.
Why won't you work?
We have fuel.
Those open tubes, those are just what, vents?
Where?
Back, the black one with the plumber clamp.
That's the main air intake. That's where I was spraying the starter fluid, and it's pooling up in this manifold probably, and that's why it backfires, because there's just sitting fluid there, would be my guess. This rain is putting a damper on things.
You have a proposed solve?
Well, the next thing to try would be the ignition timing. I don't feel like standing out here in the pouring rain either. So upon inspection with the timing light, we found that the timing was very off, and what needed to happen was we had to adjust the distributor drive shaft again, and we had to remove the distributor in order to do that, and found that it was very gunked up and corroded. It would not move with the vacuum advance, so we rebuilt the distributor. And now we're going to install it again and put everything back together and turn it over again. Guys, it is another day diagnosing why my Type 4 fuel injected VW bus is not working right after a rebuild. And what we did yesterday was adjust the timing. It did have spark, but not timed well. And I just found out today, after taking a valve cover off, that what we were doing was setting timing here, except cylinder 1 was on the in between the exhaust and intake stroke, and the cylinder we were timing for was cylinder 3 ignition. So I now have this rotated correctly. I've again verified with the valves that this is top dead center for cylinder 1, and as you can see, the distributor rotor is pointing toward cylinder 3. So what I need to do is go in here again and rotate the distributor drive shaft 180 degrees. That way this rotor points to cylinder 1 for firing when it needs to. So I'm going to do that and put everything back together and turn it over again, see how it sounds. I've got the rotor in the distributor facing toward the firing point of cylinder 1 now. Cylinder 1 is at top dead center of the ignition stroke. All the wiring is back together, spark plugs are in. Well, now all the wiring's back together. Now I gotta take care of that before I try to turn the engine over. Really, all over my work. I think it's good to give it a turn and see how it sounds. Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Uh-huh. Holy shit.
You did it! It smells like...
It smells good. Wow. Can you turn the key maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, it smells like a motorcycle. It smells like a Harley. Just pull the key out and start from scratch.
Turn it on.
You're starting up a car. Wow, man, I don't even know what to say. All that troubleshooting over the past 3-4 days, and finally it's working out. I was really thinking that something was wrong with the gearing between the cam and the crankshaft, worst case scenario, and shit, timing. That's what it was. I even put in my symptoms into ChatGPT and asked it what was going on, and it said most likely your timing is off by 180 degrees. Didn't fully comprehend what that meant, I guess. Thought it was correct, and ChatGPT was right. In between cuts here, I've got the heat shield tin and the rest of the exhaust on. So I'm gonna start it up again and see how it sounds with the exhaust. Hopefully not like a Harley Davidson with half the exhaust on. It starts right up. Okay, so I just made some adjustments to the timing, and I've got better seal, I think, on the vacuum lines. I'm not 100% confident in those yet, but take a listen to this. Sounds so good and stays running. I can't believe it. All right, guys, it is another day of bus work. Couple days past finding out that the engine starts and runs and idles very well. Well, not perfectly, it needs a little bit of adjustment, but it will stay running. And now today I just put on the CV axles, and I'm gonna find out whether the wheels move nice and freely when I put the transmission into gear. And maybe I'll tap on the brake a little bit too, see if those are still at least functional for now, so I can get maybe this thing to move under its own power, maybe just in the driveway for now. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little nervous again. The engine went really well after 3 days of diagnosing after I got it in, but very happy with it as it stands. Transmission, on the other hand, I really don't know yet. So I'm gonna give it a shot and see what we see. Let's do it. Okay, first step is getting the engine running. Not bad for a cold start. Okay, trying reverse. The brakes don't work whatsoever. Okay, throwing it into neutral. Now drive. Guys, so I just spent the last couple hours inspecting and bleeding out the brake lines on all 4 wheels. Brake fluid was extremely gross on all 4 corners, and I believe it was the lines were seized because I would crack the bleeder screw and nothing would come out until I pushed on the pedal, and then it would seem to burst open. So bleeding was easy after that. Not sure I did the best job because I did a self bleeder with a handheld vacuum. So needless to say, I'll probably be revisiting the brakes. However, the pedal did firm up for me. I won't know exactly how the brakes are functioning until I get the bus off of the jacks, test out the brakes. I got to take it out of park and give it a little gas and see if the pedal is responsive or if the e-brake is responsive. I really don't know where we stand. I could have frozen calipers all over the place. I have no idea, but I think the next step is getting in the bus and turning it on and moving. I really can't believe I'm about to try this. This has been 7 months of hard labor, really hard labor. It's probably the project I've devoted myself to the most. I threw my soul at this thing. So to stand here right now and say that I'm about to give it some gas and see if the thing moves on its own power, it seems surreal. So let's do it. Find out how the transmission's doing. I shifted through all the gears before, but just want to make sure that I'm not low on tranny fluid. Okay, here goes nothing. Holy. haven't even seen this spot in 7 months. Wow, that worked. That was really strong. Once I let off the brake, the transmission took over, and wow, it was not weak at all. It felt really good. I have brakes too. They're not great, but they're there. I might go back and forth a little bit in the driveway here and just see how it goes. Reverse and drive, check the fluid again, and wow. Okay, hopefully you can see out of this dirty windshield. I have no idea if this window's gonna go back up. Holy cow. All right, steering wheel is all sticky. Brake on, in drive, stalled out. Park, trying again, drive. Definitely fighting some resistance when it engages with the torque converter. What I can do is try to put less pressure on the brake to let it roll a little bit once I put it into gear. Oh man, those brakes are crusty, but they do work. Barely. I gotta use a lot of strength. So it likes to stall out in gear, and I have the brake down, which means the engine's probably not running well enough to get over the resistance of the torque converter. But man, holy cow. I'm gonna try going in reverse. Might need to idle a little higher. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm speechless at the moment. It's been 7 months of soul-sucking labor and devotion for this thing. It's simple, but it's incredible to see the progress. Wow, I'm so happy. Cannot believe it. Obviously, there's still a ton of more work to do, but this is a major milestone. Crazy. And it worked out so much better than I expected. The good thing about the internet is you can have access to a lot of experts and opinions. The bad thing about the internet is you have a lot of access to experts and opinions. You make a post about an issue that you're having and you might get 30 people that say one-word answers, and you try to diagnose every single one of those things or think the worst. So again, don't even know what to say. I'm gonna play with it some more, and feels like a breath of fresh air. I'm gonna mess around a little bit more, just kind of get a feel for the engine and shifting gears. It might take it on the road, not sure yet. Starts right up. Here we go. God. Make sure the brakes work. Oh yeah, they're gross. I have no taillights. It just changed gears. It just changed gears again. Oh my God.